Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermornings. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at IndieCD.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We're also made possible by sales of The Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of our ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword to teaching the art to others. And, of course, hates and hellfire. A dark secret is claimed 2 lives as hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness, brother. Now, we are standing against the forces of darkness over here with the only way we can, equipped with our charm, our wit, and our artistic abilities honed by many years of avoiding math homework. Now, let me tell you, today is, of course, Wednesday. It is a happiest of happy hump days to each and every one of you. But it is also a couple other things. You see, my lovely wife, whom I love, who is actually out in the living room right now, is home. She is home so that we can prep for big item pickup day and do some purging of stuff, get some other things organized. It's good. It's right. It's just. It's happening. But yesterday, she began the more dusty parts of it. Now, not referring to Dusty, my beloved cat, who is locked out of the room because it is art day. I was forced to wander the wilds of West Lafayette, Indiana. Wandering places like Menards and Goodwill. And to those of you who aren't aware, I have, by some chance, misplaced my hat. Looked for it everywhere. I have no idea where it is. It's a very good hat. I like my hat. And when I find it, I will rejoice. But I was left with a problem. I was out wandering, and this evil orb is in the sky. Now, everyone knows the evil orb and I have mixed relations on a good day, and I was not having a good day, which meant I required a hat. Now, I thought, well, I'll just get a cheap ball cap in my travels. And I am sorry, but I am not going to buy a hat that is celebrating the 250th, the quarter of a millennium celebration birthday of my fair country, which I love despite the current administration. By buying a Chinese-made hat that says something vaguely, I refuse, I rebuke, will not do. If I'm buying a hat, that's probably Chinese. It has to do something. It has to be better. So at least if I'm going to buy a merchandise hat, I'll buy a merchandise hat for somewhere I don't mind repping. So I was over at Menards. And they didn't have their standard hat. And they were all Chinese. I'm like, oh, expensive. And I had to make a choice. Okay, there were several hats available. I had to make a choice. Because I knew at that moment I wasn't even wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I was out of uniform. I could buy a ball cap and then blend in nicely. I could glide my way as a slightly disheveled father to grandfather, because let's just put it that way. I have that energy. And I could get a hat that would let me blend in. Or I could get a hat with solar-powered fans. Now, they are turned off because they are loud. They are not quiet. But they're solar-powered fans to keep my face cool. I am re-entering my Technomage arc. Be afraid. This is glorious, but it's just the beginning. I say it's just the beginning because it's a little heavy. People complain. Well, there's weight. I live in Earl Park, where the wind blows and steals your hat. And you say, but Nick, if the wind blows, why do you need fans? You do not understand the nature of the wind in Earl Park. It is not little sylphs dancing merrily. No. It's great zephyrs, great six-eyed sky whales of wind, just swimming through the ocean of air above me, battering everything. And then it stops. And when the wind is not stealing your breath or freezing your breath, it stops and you beg for it back because there is all this evil orb. Believe it or not, I have moved latitudinally far enough that the sun's angles are more excessive to me. No. Your swordmaster and artist and scoundrel in general has none of this anymore. I've got heat death meds. Last year, it nuked me. This year, no. We who are physically weak must use our intellects and our pocketbooks to battle the vilest of heats. So now I have this. It will get probably a solar light attached to the brim, possibly, so that when it gets vaguely dark, I can switch the fans to blow away from my face, which means I can have a headlamp so the bugs don't try to get me. And it'll still work. This is going to be great. I'm debating putting a full-on wizard peak off the top, but that would be a little extra. That would be perhaps uncouth. So I'm very delighted. To have acquired this hat in my travels. I thought you'd get at least some measure of the enjoyment I did. I also acquired Zero Sugar Blackberry Dr. Pepper. Well, not sponsored. Dang, that's good stuff. From what we refer to as the Smart People store, the newly relocated Our Family Tree in Fowler, Indiana. I, again, not sponsored, but I need to promote them wherever I can. Great store. They sell almost out of date, vaguely out of date situations. And it's glorious, and I love it because it's food I can order. So, wonderful. We love that. We're loving that. Occasionally I find other unique items there. But I toured, I planned, I know what I need to do in the near future, which involves digging holes and putting green plant type things in said holes. It's going to be beautiful. But today we have art. And it's going to sound like chaos out there. So I have to get to the art, which means I have to get to your comments. So let's bang through some comments real quick. And yes. Now, first through the door, Houston, Texas, Dave. Good morning. Good morning, Dave, the Ren Fair adventurer himself. How are you? And good morning, Dave. And good morning, everyone. Can't stay long. Hell, oh no, Joe. I understand you've got a lot to do, but we love your company. There will be creatives at play tonight. Rock on. There is currently a large insect climbing up my leg. Go away. Anyway, sorry. No, I look forward to seeing that. Hanging out. It's been too long. Accountability. See previous shows. Nothing has changed. Later, folks. Bye, Joe. We love you. I have a lot of love. A little bit. Good morning. Nick's thick. I'm developing some new characters. You guys need new characters. I like that character. Hey, Witzman, dude. And hey, Donna. I'm down with the thickness. This guy's sleeping on your arms. He must be, since she didn't answer. Nope, you noticed I was watching Felix and moved off to lie in the window. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to you. It happens. Accountability. Saw a video I didn't agree with. Saw that was 9 years old. Didn't leave a comment. 3 minutes of my life. Not wasted. Woo! Yes, you can. Scroll past the idiocy. Story of my life, Donna. Everybody must be sleeping in. I guess. Or wrapped in their blankets. Good morning. Foxy's delightfully wrapped in things. And there's Foxy right on clue. Q. And yes, on my blanket. Hey, Foxy. Red screen Foxy. Aha. Oh, he didn't like that yarn I did. Accountability. Freddy has a home. But as soon as I can catch his fussy butt, I also stop at the store and grab some of the delectable treats for him. Wise decision. Oh, I heard that you ran out of the hall to see what it was and who made the sound. That should bring him out. Nice. Yeah, it was me. It was a very good yawn. And 3, 2, 1, go! Okay. Had to be for me to hear it all the way over here. Hey, Dave. Dave, morning, like, share. Yes, okay. Waves. Too lazy to get up, go out and munchie this morning. I don't have a proper bapper, so I'll just bap. You've been bapped. Consider yourself bapped. Anyway, I think this is my nifty glove put back. I always forget to wear it, but I can put on the sexy art glove like I have a purpose in life. Anyway, haha, Dave, I had to run out yesterday. Some that had been captured in 3 years. No, for the extra points. Understood. Now safe for headphones. Capital Sleep Z's. Yes, nice. Good morning. Here comes the dawn. Mistress Mind behind the adventures of Buddy and Georgette. Creator of Cat Wiggles Cat Toys, and the person who you can help. Well, part of the person you can help by helping offset the cost of Ted's cancer. They're great shirts. She got some goofball online to design a custom font situation for them. It worked out pretty well. Use the tab. She'll put the link in. She always does. And we need my banner back. Banner. Bruce Banner? No. Anyway, let's not make that noise. And Dawn finished up her wishing wells today. She's going to make level 2, no problem. Okay, good for that. Dr. Nick and the Tockert Band have taken stage. Smooth jazz and art time. I need to find some royalty-free smooth jazz. Woohoo! Go, Dawn. And missing hat? No! Well, I figure the best way to find a hat that's missing is to buy another hat. Anyone need a Muncie card? Wow. Hey, you got this. Send some Dawn's way. Good with cards. Had an event. Nice hat. So look at this. Solar-powered fans. I love this. So I came out, I put this on, and I went across the Menards parking lot, and suddenly life didn't stink so much. So yeah, it is dapper. Not everyone could pull this off, but I can. It's groovy. Now, we'll put that down, though, because it's not really suited for wear inside while I'm planning to art. Well, I mean, my hat could glitch, but that's awesome. Holy carp! Like that old song, where did you get that hat? Where did you get that hat? Never seen a hat as interesting as that. I haven't heard that in years. Looks like a Harry Potter sorting hat with a windblower. Hufflepuff by choice. Because I take care of my people. Is there a House of a Geek? Once he has that lamp? Oh, yeah. Churro! My dear, how are you? She has been dearly missed. Churro, welcome back. Greetings. My baby's in Ted's shirt. Okay, y'all, copy down this link if you need it. Screenshot, whatever. Okay. Thank you for sharing all that. We do what we can. And hey, Churro. Hey, Donna. That hat is awesome. I know. I need to build something like my Krampus cane stick for everyday use. Although I am thinking of making a diddly bow stick. We'll see. Because I am so multi-class, it's not even funny. But what we are going to do, we're going to run an ad real quick. I'm going to switch over to doing some artwork. We're going to bang out some absolute beasts of art. And if I can get enough done, I may do bonus pieces. That's right. I may do bonus pieces if, people are nice and challenging. But who's going to get promoted first? Loyalty demands it. Try. Let's do that. Let's get some jams going. Smooth Jams, brought to you by Dan Hollifield. Oh, wait, I got pulled up. No. We are not reorganizing that, and I need to pull that down because apparently it has to be at about 20 for you guys to be comfortable with the volume and me to possibly hear it. So we'll one highly energetic particle boogie, and let's get down with the artness. Is it rolling? There we go. We are down with the artness. What are we feeling today? Are we feeling art? Draw your paint roll. Well, let's just get started. And let me get the comments back where I can see them. Oh, that's nice you said it, Dawn. And a yellow cat costume popped up. I have no problem with my female friends dressing like cats. Speaking of dressing up, oh my gosh. You guys, there are not words how awesome my last game went. Oh, I need a bigger airbrush here. That'll do. We'll just lop that out. No little note was there. And I can time lapse. Let's start trying to do time lapses again. I need to get better at it. Anyway. I had a game last Thursday. This Thursday is my down week, so I can work on things. Next Thursday is game again. And I did not get good pictures. I got one picture of Grim, and one I didn't get a picture of Churro, but they looked superb, like game mind-alteringly awesome for that game. And they always look great, don't get me wrong. But like, I'm not going to drop names because I don't want to offend anybody. But we had somebody drop by trying, I suspect, to be a little disruptive, only to be completely shot down by the glory of the individuals who were there. And I am not throwing shade, but I am grateful. Just add some shadow to these clouds. Just make them a little more delightful. Oh, have Grim duel that. Thank you. Well, yeah. Oh, that's even better. Thank you. Getting back to. Oh, please. Because like. It was. I don't even want to put it like a refined 80s goth vibe from you. And to see Grim break out their more femme side was really kind of cool. It's neat watching people explore what makes them them and what they're comfortable with. Is that too dark? I don't know. See, I will give you a little secret. There's extra. Oh, I got. You did? Oh my gosh, I would love to see that. Got a picture of me and him sparring. Gotta make some breakfast. Be right back. I'll be listening while I cook. I have faith. I actually had a very diverse and expansive breakfast this morning because it's shot day, and shot day I messes with my blood sugar. But Maddie made me some eggs after I had like a banana and a little chocolate milk situation. So for me, that was quite pleasant. And then I was bad and I had a Star Crunch. So I ate a lot to keep my blood sugar up for the show because I'm going to be doing a whole lot today. Now we have this beautiful sky. And by doing it, I've done some exercises to loosen up the arm so I can draw more. It's always good to do your exercises. So we have another layer. We can grab our painty. And I know I use the same couple brushes most of the time. What are we feeling? You know, yeah, I am not feeling my usual. Let's try being a little lighter with this. And just blop that on there while I figure out where it's going to go. Yeah. Oh, I went up. Let's go to the side. I just go up that side. There we go. I like that. And we're going to get some nice gray trees. And I'm still using a fairly thick brush. I like to use a thick brush because a thick brush doesn't intimidate. Then I can break down to a thinner brush with some of this action. We're going to lose some of the tree. That's okay. You need to do some of this. a very specific type of tree. Let's see. Well, ooh, roast beef hash. That sounds delightful. My cat, bless his dumb little soul, sprinting away from my hand-sized puppy, looked up at me, meowed in fear. LOL, love him, but come on, dude, you're 3 times the size. Decide breakfast. I should not have cream cheese noodles for the blank day in a row, but it is tempting. It is tempting, and you do like, because of how much you walk, it's not like the calories are a problem right now. It's a wonder you're not in a deficit, to be honest. Churro's very athletic in her own way. Frankly, I'm impressed. I'm trying to find ways to reignite that side of myself, which is why I'm really happy to be doing some more training, because I don't want to say I'm not self-motivated, because that sounds arrogant or something, but I won't prioritize my own health and needs unless it applies to helping somebody else. So, like, it would be very easy for me to forget things like, hey, I need to eat. Or, hey, this stuff called water is good. But, aside from the drills I do to keep myself sane, it's a lot easier to stay in somewhat martial shape when I have people I'm training and I care about their well-being. Because then it's not about me. I'm not being greedy. I'm helping somebody. Which means it has merit. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but that's how I operate. A little bit of this. Nah, it's not calories. I just haven't eaten much else. Oh, I understand. Cream cheese noodles, spicy French fries, plain chicken nuggets, 1 banana in the past week. Mom did make. Oh. Wait, Mom made dinner for Mother's Day. Okay. Well, I'm just glad you're eating. I'm going to put it that way. Incredibly. I just like the sky. I just needed something to offset it. Now, get some browns going. And I'm using very light, slightly choppy motions to try to get the crisscrossing, almost sinuous vibe of the bark of the tree. Ah. Okay, well, we can always work on that. I need to eat more vegetables myself. Actually, I desperately need to eat more vegetables. I'm working on it. It's just, well, that's the time of year where I'm like, oh wait, certain veggies are good. So I had sandwiches with Xander, which was nice. I am, bologna and then some lettuce and cabbage mix. Not what I should be eating, but I know. I gotta take care of myself, or else you guys will get grumpy with me. And I believe it or not, I do love you for it. Let's see. Do I like how this is coming? Kinda. Let's try the smear trick and let's just see if they can. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, went too far. Got into the blue. There we go. Okay. That gave it a better base. That's not. Ah! Smooths up. I don't like that. That's not. We'll get there. It just takes a second. Bagels. Ted and I have errand today, which include trip to the grocery store. So yeah, we're getting bagels. Bagels. That Tash. What did Tash do that involves bagels? He asked. You know, in trepidation. Just trying different ways. I want to see what's going to move me. That's not bad. I kind of like my. Just a happy little tree vibe. My parents have trees that do this, and they're not dogwoods. I don't think they're cherry trees. They make these beautiful pinks. So I spent a lot of time looking at them, going, "Oh, that's gorgeous." And I'm not done. I'm going to be coming back. With some other colors, but I will tell you, the pointillism brush is one of the greatest gifts the net has given to a goofball like me. Tosh spoke at a certain place where you can get bagels. Ooh, I'll also discount bagels. Well, wait, I had to jump, didn't we? Okay, there we go. Foxy, hold on. Good morning, Chris Walker. Hey, Chris. Okay, I'm almost warmed up, actually. This one's going pretty quick for me. Yeah, I don't like that. Just do a bit more here. Slide along up here. Oh, I got that rough. Yeah, a lot of it's just figuring out what we want to figure out and adding colors to get the effects we want. Adding it on in. This is a nice one. Nice, mellow. Just getting the vibes out there. I like that. Now, oh, that's nice. And yep, giant cherry tree blossoms. That's exactly the vibe I was in for. And let me just go pop, pop, pop. Get those all clipped through. I'm almost done, believe it or not. There we go. I think this is going to just be very nice. Nice opening, just a very warm welcome to where I am. Now later, no, I don't like that at all. That annoys me. Well, we could have some yellow bushes. Yeah, it does some yellow bushes. Maybe some Japanese maple energy over here. If this Japanese maple, let me look. Just try a different tree. Here. Grab this. Much smaller, much more straightforward. Oh, okay, there we go. That's nice. Way back there. I do like that little tree back there. I like it. I'm not sure if it needs a. I really want to add a focal point. So what I really want to do is just cut a little prick right through, keeping very, very festive and floral. I just think it needs a little bit. There we go. That'll bring some. What? No, sir, please. There we go. Bring a little bit of motion, maybe. Just not even a big clip, just enough to warrant maybe some reeds by it. Nothing real fancy. We can keep it mellow for now. I will be doing, not this Dave. Debating how, hey, it happens. Autocorrect is the heck equivalent of Freudian slip. Well, if you have homework, you should do homework. If you have guitar, what you do is you knock out the homework and then you do the guitar stuff. I realized I made a bit of an error here. Want to see a classic Nick error? I didn't scroll up. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't pan all the way down. That's funny. Okay, back here. Back here. Give me something light and we'll just get. A little bit of that, and then we're going to take and do some white right here. Is that too much? It's a little much, or it's not enough. Oh, it's not enough. That's what it is. Then I'm just going over here. I'm going to get that purple. Maybe there's something else going on. You know, we're not seeing everything in the picture. Oh, that's nice. That's going to look like a nice welcome to next week, and I'm going to need it next week. Oh, absolutely. I totally agree. Clay work should not be done at the park. Which I would have corrected the other way. Oh, God. Yeah. My autocorrect was not ready for my version of the speech most of the time anyway. Oh, that's nice. See, it's hitting that button. The way I can tell I'm going to like what's going on is if I feel myself being drowsy looking at it. It's like, do I want to take a nap right there? There we go. I'll do the same thing with this brush and get a very similar effect. Oh, I like that. I like the slight softness. Now, what else? Let's give it a little bit of a. A bright blue heron flying by. I really need to study the Audubon books because I adore that art style, even though it is far from mine. Now let's get a little playful here. We're gonna add just an old-fashioned multiply, a very light gray. Yeah, I'll stick with the point holes and I'll just make it bigger again. Just enough to kind of imply some depth. I might need to notch darker. There we go. There we go. Definitely over here. Yeah. Nice. I like that. The problem is that's too big there. Look at that. I'm doing little up and down motions. We have met the enemy and it's autocorrect. Autocorrect is a necessary evil for me because I have a lot of dyslexia that happens, and it's really not coming out that bad. Okay. So let's add one more layer. We'll go soft light. We'll decide a couple options we can do with this. Standard airbrush and maybe it's like gold tone. You like that? Much more effective over here, which makes sense because it's a bolder color. Oh god, every so often you have to delete your own phone dictionary because you've accidentally added your typos to it. Do we want some sunbeam action? Let's see. Oh, we do. We want some sunbeam action. We want some sunbeam action kind of do this. It's a little. That's nice. That's what I need. Just a little bit. Some oh, raise the God down. Out of the clouds. That's nice. Do it like that. Oh. That's a good one. I am best pleased. Best pleased because it's a very mellow image. It's a very relaxed image, and we dig that, don't we? Alrighty, something shiny. Let me sign off on it. New layer. I didn't want to go full disruption, So we'll do that. That's nice. Not bad for a speed paint. And we will save this as... 1 second. There we go. Sun breaks through the plum blossom. I'm pretty sure I misspelled that, but that's a good one. Okay, and next week is the 18th. It's the 18th. Okay. File. Let's see. Export time lapse. That'll be fine. I need to do another huge time lapse upload to my YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. I needed. I'm trying to get better at the lighting. Oh, now I need to go red. I need to go here. Right now I need to export this as a ping because I will have forgotten it. And then yeah, there may be random Tockert craft videos in the near future. I'm not sure. They will happen when they happen. We'll go right here. Oh, I was doing things with font, so I'm going to have to readjust the font. Give me a second here. Back down to Papyrus. In part because somebody told me I could not use Papyrus for this, so I use it constantly, solely to be argumentative. I know, I'm petty. No. Now, there we go. We'll get this fixed. We'll say, because Papyrus, pettiness really is the way sometimes. Alrighty, kind of just like how that works. So we'll just drop it right there. Go work JPEG, NTF. 5/18/26. Papyrus is the font. Hold on. The font that I use for Nevermind the Furthermore, which that's not it. It jumped it back to something else. Okay, you want to be finky. Good catch. Thank you, Churro. I would have been annoyed. Aha! Much better. But that didn't look right. You can come here. Go here. Yeah. So good. Okay. All right. That means we are done there. I'll set the new one up. I'll take a minute. I'll even turn the time lapse. People are funny about fonts. And honestly, I think there's a lot of things that happen that people just want to feel superior about. And as you can tell by my usual fashion sense, I could mechanically not care less. But we're talking about Tosh, so I'm going to run her ad. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, on the font thing, let's see. Papyrus. That checks, never mind. And I like the font. Thank you. I think Papyrus feels adventurous to me. This one's going to be tricky, guys. This one's going to hit. I need to put my drink way over there because I don't want to risk bumping it off and spilling it and destroying my very expensive computer materials. So we'll put it over there. Whew. The only reason that this one's going to hit is I know. Oh, I need music. I need music. That's an ad. That's not music. Guess we'll go New Orleans Jazz. Hope it helps. Starting with the Black Hand. We're gonna be doing things here. Whew. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I am a profound believer that everybody has this dog is a jerk. He chews on something for my hair, I take it away. Chews on my markers, I take it away. Starts chewing on me. That's a puppy. Oh, puppies are adorable, though. Man, this is... Especially after I just did. Block something in. There we go. Anyway, yeah. There are days of the year that hit differently. And this is next Wednesday is going to be one of them. I almost canceled the stream, but I know people, my streams help folks, so I can't in good conscience cancel the stream. Which leaves me the unpleasantest task of simply having to power through, which is fun. But it does leave me to start digging up. I'm going to be digging this one out of kind of scratch gouging us out of the dark. So it'll be a sec. One might take a minute to manifest. I've taken it off. Anyway. I shouldn't be doing this all in one layer, but it looks like it's going to be one of those where it's very demanding. Okay. Maybe I can. Too bright and too big. There we go. There we go. Rub that in. Yeah, I bet Indigo did. Indigo's he was rambunctious. I remember listening to the songs. Oops. We're getting there. This is going to take a while. And I'm doing a lot of very monotone techniques. But we're going to get there. But yeah, I think everybody deserves personal holidays. But if you're honest, everybody has days that are holy to them, or reminders. And that's going to always weigh it's always going to weigh heavy when we look at what we're electing to carry. I'll be doing a lot of art that day. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm probably going to have to redo this one at some point. No. Nope, it's interfering with the water. Can't have it. There. Fry something. I'm curious. I have a way. That's the color I was looking for. I'll be talking about it probably a lot Wednesday, but there are a lot of really good people out there. The problem is sometimes said good people have no clue that they're good people. So it leaves them in this, oops, that's way too much going on there, in this odd conundrum of they don't know if they're good or not. And if you're not always on watch, there's always a chance that you won't get a chance to be. So you gotta do what you can. When you can. Where you can. Yeah. Oh, hey, you guys take it easy. Enjoy your time with the cats. We're getting there. So does anybody else have any interesting plans for the week? You guys up to anything? Or is it just going to be a very mellow kind of situation? Well, Chad would love to know. That's a bit excessive. There's no way to do what I want to do with this, so it needs to be done delicately. As soon as I think that, I'll lose control of my stance. Oh, that's an interesting Freudian slip. Excellent. I hope that works better for you, Churro. I really do, because I think you well, it's working right on the wall. Just a little bit softer. I think there are always going to be moments where we fade out a bit. Need to work a little bit more on this. Sorry guys, got a little quiet. I don't understand that. I want. Sorry, I know, I got quiet. Let's see. Yeah, working on just the tiniest bit of something here. Back here. Ooh, wrong color there. All the way up to the top. Another blend mode multiply. Oh. Comes the tricks. I can't keep this sweet toast. Oh. You did, and Max, I got a message from Max, I got a message from you, and I am glad everything is better on you guys. It's a good lesson in keeping the receipts, so to speak. You know, it's a good lesson in keeping the receipts. And I'm sorry that you had to go through all those shenanigans. I'm sorry, so did Max. Neither of you deserve to have to deal with that level of BS. But I'm glad it worked out. And if I can work, help in any way, you let me know, and I will do what I can for you guys. Do I like that? Yeah. When I am working programs, I am limited in the amount of favoritism I can show. So I have to be cautious, but let me see if I can get this right. Yeah. Now take this. Think with it till it's just. That'll do. It's not quite saying everything I wish it would, but there's only so much I can do. Let's see if I like. That's too hard. Too hard for such a soft painterly piece. I'll do. Will do. I don't think I can stand looking at it anymore. So we'll do this. Save as POS. POS tonight, yet again. Now, export that as a pin. And that's a time lapse. This is a cuddly one. Like I could see this. Oh, we got some art requests. Okay. Where are we? We are back in the wrong font because the second I use the wrong font, it has to lose its mind forever and a day. No. I'll take this. This one I know the date for. All righty. Okay. Shrimp. Nothing wrong with having some shrimp ramen. A lot of times I have to have something to make the blood sugar work well enough that I know what I need. Be back in a little under 2 minutes.
In 1948, a man was found dead on the beach. But he hadn't just washed up. Oh no, he was very nicely propped up against the seawall, very well dressed. But there were no labels in his clothes. They had all been cut out. Very mysterious, the police thought. And then they found, rolled up in his pocket, a piece of paper from a novel that said Tamam Shud. When they finally traced it, it came back to the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. But it got even more strange, because in the back of the book, when they found that it had been torn out of, there was a code, a secret code that has not been cracked to this very day. When they finally found his suitcase, it had a mysterious jumble of items, some which were very hard to explain. Also in the back of the book was the phone number of a very mysterious nurse. What did she have to do with the death of the Somerton man? Find Death and Love Down Under, a novel by Carl Witzman, on Lulu.com in both ebook and print format.
Alrighty. Let me do this real quick. A couple requests have actually come through this week. Let's get some music going. I said turn that on, dang it. Yep, helps if I use a different color. So I think helps if I do this on a different layer too. There we go, background, here we go. Get the vibe for this character. This. Right. Oh, I got the comments covered up. Hold on. Aha. There we go. Oh, take it easy, Chris. Now, by messed it up, do I mean damaged, or just made a mess of it? Shoot, I need my color back. I can't. Okay, some of my audience are old enough to understand this. One local store is selling a Miss Cleo tarot deck, and I cannot believe the audacity. I don't even know if Miss Cleo's still alive. Miss Cleo is a supposed TV psychic. Oh, Miss Cleo, she tell you your future. Oh, God. This here, like so. Just let that arm hang because it's not that he's injured, he's just lost the will to do much of anything. Yeah, let them chill. Let the deck just chill. It may be a little cranky, and justifiably so. There we go. Whew. Pop button. I have to do one for Dawn, but this dashing fella is a butler by the name of Jeffrey. And he is heavily cursed. He is cursed he has the curse of immortality. Means he functionally cannot die. He used to work for a vampire lord. Actually, he used to work under a giant ogre who was the cook for a vampire lord, who had this tendency to eat him when he was frustrated, because he'd just respawn merrily. Hello, Dan. How are you? There we are. I mean, drawing happy, attractive people is like one thing. It's a skill. I practice it. I enjoy it. But every once in a while, I like to work on the opposite. And the opposite has to be Jefferfer. This is a character that luck just does not abide. But under certain circumstances, he can be transformed into his old self. I feel sorry for Jefferfer. I really do. Because this dude is feeling it. Nope, that's wrong. And I'm trying to use just basic pencil techniques instead of the funky tricks that I can do, because this is better practice. This also, when I was an elementary schooler, I had an art teacher, and she had a huge, like bottomless stack of this manila paper we were allowed to sketch on. And that stuff was the most amazing stuff in the world. Because I learned, so much sketching on that paper. So I am really kind of, in an odd way, having fun with this picture. I think who else needs to be in here, because this is definitely a jam. Let's start it off there. Who else? I'll add another layer. So I have to do one for Dawn if I get a chance, but. Actually, no, that's not. I don't know. Kind of liking this. They're kind of liking this, so we're getting somewhere. Can't quite say where I want it next to be, but that's okay, because this is still sketching. Oh, feeling it in the arm. Ooh. Yeah, I got that here's problematic. I know I'd do better hair than that. Hold on. This kind of action. I don't want to get rid of the hair poofies because hair poofies are fun. There we go. And we're just Doing a little light sketching, guys. Some character sketch. Excellent. There we go. I'm going to do all of these numbers. And this is just more stomach. Go. Let's see. There we go. That's both on her hair, but just there we go. I have to decide what kind of outfit I want to put her in. I'm also, like I said, I'm very, very deliberately avoiding the usual super heroic proportions that I have been trained to lean into. See, the problem is this is a very fashionable character. So, I know she's a fondness for corsets. So do that, which will get a little bit of lift and a little bit of tummy control because it's an under. Yeah, I will do this. Graceful neck. There we are. Something like that. Bit of a choker. I'm a sucker for a good choker. I think I'm going to use pearls. That. Yeah, lots of pearls. Pearls are fun. Let's not figure out her expression. I also want to do like the watercolor effect for the. Oh. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more nose. That down? No. Yeah. Here, reminds me. That. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Swerve off a bit. That's the problem. Oh, I'm sorry. I know you're not smoking. And your mom, if she pays any attention at all, should know that too. Gotta be careful with incense, though. I'll figure out in just a second. Opera length gloves. Because who doesn't love a good opera length glove? I figured out what I'm doing with that hand either. I am not commenting. I am being good. Behold and witness the goodness that I am being. All right. I am being good. You are welcome, Churro. Because it would be rude for me to be not good, right? For a square or face, it's going to go. That's not where I want it to go, though. There it is. Not bad. My pleasure. Done purely out of love, kiddo. And the fact that I am not wealthy to just blatantly adopt everybody I would love to adopt just to give them better lives. I mean, nope. Nothing. I'm terrible. It's just like, I'm going to tell you guys a secret, all right? I am always trying to be better than I can be, but there will always be a part of me that is very, very fiercely protective of, like, my people, which is just using the phrase "my people" is an incredibly arrogant thing to do. And I understand that, but it's like, if somebody's not being treated the way they should be, it drives me nuts. And my problem is, it's like, not necessarily in this case, but I see a lot of cases where people try to use the pocketbook to parent their kids, and that's, you know, I'm trying to talk about something, stop choosing myself up, but the only way for somebody, in my opinion, to successfully raise a kid, and, you know, I understand that, you know, other people do things the other way, but fundamentally you have to care for the kid, which means you have to pay at least some attention to the kid. And that's, people get so busy that they neglect that, and then they'll, you know, buy stuff for the kids. But that's not the same as paying attention to the kid. You know? It's like, if you're going to have a child, you should be prepared to make that child a major priority in your life. And I think I'm comfortable in saying that, you know, people accuse me of a lot of things, but not, you know, not failing to try to take care of my kid. I make mistakes, but at least I'm sitting here trying. And I wish that's not going to work at all. I wish more people would just put out the efforts to appreciate how awesome their children are and the people they're becoming. I'm privy to a lot of people's secrets. And while I will never divulge anybody's secrets of that nature, the fact that I know them at all one speaks to the extreme privilege I have in working with these kids and teens that they will trust me enough to tell me this. And two, that other people are not doing their jobs. And there are words for how I feel about that, but I am not at privilege to say them in this venue. Because the internet is forever. That's like, if you respond to your kid's emotional suffering or misbehavior or whatever with, here, I'm going to buy something you like. Hey, bye, Don. You're teaching them that their emotions are a purchasable commodity. That means, instead of dealing with the issues, which I wish people would just do, they just try to placate and please. It's the same mentality of people who their answer to everything is to put the kid in front of a screen. I don't mind video games. Frankly, I like video games. I think they're useful and wonderful, and they make a lot of my life much better. But what I don't do, unless, it is a very specialized and needed situation, is go, here, kid, hop on this. And ignore them for hours on end. And before anyone says, oh yeah, well then where's your son right now? With my wife. Also makes the kid, yes. For said kid to help regulate another person's emotions. Exactly. Because what it does is it trains the kid to not only parent themselves and their siblings, but it becomes the ultimate betrayal where the child is forced to parent the parent. And that means they learn that they have less and less real value, and it makes them so vulnerable to predation. And I don't just mean the Epstein Island style, although that is definitely up there. I mean, the boyfriend who will say sweet things. It's or girlfriend. Well, it makes sense. It makes sense that you would be overwhelmed. Caring for siblings can be very overwhelming indeed. Now, the other thing that people forget is that unless you're planning to entrap the older sibling forever, which many of them do, they try. As soon as the older sibling goes, the younger siblings fall into disaster. And the pin, will you please go away? Why is that? Why's that doing that? Thank you. Trying to make this gem shiny. it leaves them vulnerable and starved for affection. The younger kids have, go into disaster, and then they blame the older kid for having the audacity of having a life. I've seen this happen too many times. And that's not fair. Now, you're not evil, kiddo. I know evil. I've met evil. Evil and I are on speaking terms. First name basis. You are wild? A little bit. I would say at the worst, you get feral in the proper definition of that. So that means every so often you need what my father would call good order and discipline. And that runs completely counter to your nature because, frankly, you haven't had a lot of people care enough to bother to discipline you. And most teachers only discipline in reference to the schooling or the other situation. What's going to keep them out of trouble? And I honestly, having been on both sides of the desk, I don't fully blame a lot of teachers. They're put in systems that just are made to chew them up and spit them out. It's hard. That hand's still worked out. This is such a fun character to work with. I have to figure out, okay, go here. Go blend mode, multiply. Do I just want to do this? Now, see, that's not dark enough. That might be dark enough, or at least as a base layer, because I'm still going to do some things with red. Anyway, whew. I just want happiness for a lot of people. And it's like, and it pains me. Yeah. You're right. It pains me because there aren't enough ways for me to be of assistance for some of these kids. And knowing what I know about their lives and their lifestyles, and maybe I should use that for the skin. Yeah, let me look. Yeah, I should use that for the skin. Okay. And I'll just darken up the other part. This is actually working pretty well. It's giving me a little bit of highlight area I can play with. Anyway, I want to darken their skin up. I'm working very hard not to make this character look too whitewashed, but still not fully blow out the color palette I'm trying to stick to. Which means the next thing I have to do, yeah, there we go. That's going to be perfect. Anyway, close enough. Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, so all I can do is try to provide an environment where the children and the teens get a chance to both, to an extent, be kids without being parentalized, but still have lessons in cause and effect. You know, the teachings of Saint Fafo the Just. Being, you know, he who effeth around findeth out. Hey, you take a nap, dear. Get feeling much better. Email me whenever. We'll check on you. I still have, let's see, what time is it? I'm only about 2 hours in. This is not bad at all. There we go. This left hand doesn't always, you know, work. Dude's got issues. This is so fun. I do want to remind people that I am open for commissions. And my rates are remarkably low for friends. Oh, undo that. I thought I hit the eraser. There we go. Well, that's not bad. Thank you guys who stuck around. Do you like how it's coming out? What do you guys think? I mean, I think it's coming out well, but I am, you know, remarkably biased in that I'm drawing it. Hey, Dave. Back for breakfast. What's for lunch, Nick? Lunch for me will probably. Oh wait, no. He. Sorry, I forgot. He is a blonde. Will probably be either tuna fish and mac and cheese, or leftovers. I don't have leftovers. Shoot. What am I thinking of? Layer, multiply. And yes, I'm trying to keep it this very slight. There we go. That arm in the shape. Yeah. There we go. How's that look? Not bad. Not bad. Oh, who's the drawing of? This was a kind of request for Churro, actually. But look at my stretch on. And it is a character from in-game and an NPC who is a very unfortunate cursed butler. Servant guy by the name of Jefferfer for her. He is a stutter. Okay. But I like the way it came out. And I think it still needs something, so I'm thinking it needs a bit of vignette. And then I might do more. I'll have to see how things are going. There we go. Nice. I'm going dark with it. That's fine. My airbrush, go white. We can go big. This way. I can get the effect I want. Thank you. I kind of wanted that sepia tone, old photographic look, but still wanted the sketch lines. It's like, I like it. I don't know why I like it so much, I will admit, but I like it. So I think what I am going to do now is I think I'm actually going to sign off on this one and run a commercial for you guys. And There we go. And we'll call this Dinner is Served. So we'll save this as Dinner is Served. Volume. Export single layer JPEG. Volume. Wait, not JPEG. That should have been PNG. Did I do this as PNG? Yeah, okay. That's PNG. Export time lapse. Yeah, I kind of like this style. I'm fidgeting to try to get something done right, and the more I fidget with it, the more I kind of get where I need to be. I'm gonna go red. Come all the way up here to Papyrus. Yeah, old style. I like it. It feels very comfortable to me. And I finally figured out what the deal with that is. I think it's always going to take from the main and do this. We'll go here. File. Export JPEG. And NTF5. 22, 26. Okay. Well, that means the art is set for next week. Oh, classic Turner. Thank you. Let's see. First one, very light and showy. Second one, a mood. And then third one, not bad. I have to do redesign of a character, so that one may become a bonus stream, or it may become a surprise art, because honestly, I'm getting a bit hungry. So, I'm going to run some ads, and we'll see about what happens next, because I've been on for a nice little over 2 hours, and Mandy is home. So what we're going to do, stop the music.
Hi, I'm Auntie Foxy, and I'm a crafting addict. I make custom jewelry from recycled materials, and Foxy has wares if you have coin. You can find me at indiecity.org/about-auntie-foxy. I hope to see you there.
Alrighty, and yeah, we're gonna run this one.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
Hey folks, I'm all about letting everybody art. I want you guys to create. I want you to take the remainder of this week and make it yours. So guys, keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating, because as long as you do, you can edit it, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too. Toodle.